Hello, thanks for coming by PosterCentral.com's video blog today. I'm Pete Howard, and I'm holding quite a 1970 large cardboard concert poster, aren't I? Just amazing. Ike and Tina Turner at the peak of their career with the opening act of Bruce Springsteen. Is that just wild and beyond imagination or what? So I guess that means, like, is this a Ike and Tina concert poster or a Bruce Springsteen concert poster? And I guess the answer is it sort of serves as both. If you weren't fully aware, you can see that pink stripe along the bottom says Steel Mill, and that was Springsteen's own band from November of '69 through January of 1971. So let's show you a quick scan here from top to bottom from the Mosque in Richmond, Virginia, which, by the way, was a very popular early stomping ground for Springsteen before he was famous in his various bands. And there we have the Ike and Tina Turner review and the Ikettes and Steel Mill. Again, Globe Posters in Baltimore made this large cardboard masterpiece, and masterpiece only because, not quite from the design, but from just the meeting of two musical acts like this, and to have it on poster, have it on record is just so much fun. It just looks so cool on the wall when it's framed and stuff. And Globe is famous for this. I mean, look at these colors. Obviously the great pink and yellow day glow with orange stars and everything, and Globe's cloud style. See how that pink cloud, sort of like that Ike and Tina review, is floating in, and even the Mosque, it's got it's not a square box, it's got the cloud style of the edge is sort of like a cloud. So oh boy, what who do I go with first? Well, I guess it's only fair to go with the headliners first, and that, of course, Ike and Tina Turner. Heavens, I mean, what did they do a year ago? Oh, just open for the Rolling Stones on what one musical pundit called, and I wouldn't disagree, history's first mythic rock and roll tour. I mean, the Stones in '69, come on, get out of here. And Ike and Tina Turner won a whole ton of new fans from being a dynamic opening act for the Stones in '69. Going back even further, 10 years ago, Ike and Tina started off their career with 5 consecutive top 10 R&B hits. So they started with a bang 10 years ago, and then somewhat faltered chart-wise, and started having just scattered occasional top 40 rhythm and blues hits and stuff. But along the way, they did have the Phil Spector-produced River Deep Mountain High. So here, in the fall of 1970, they were just about to explode once again, because in January, Proud Mary, the cover of Creedence Clearwater Revival's song, of course, would go top 5 for them and just make them a viable, huge touring act all through the 1970s. And that record was probably recorded right about now in October. I mean, Proud Mary was on the LP Workin' Together, which, by the way, is considered their best and most successful LP of their career. And that charted December 5, which means it was released in late November, and it could easily have been recorded, at least that track or whatever, in September and October. So what a great thing. Ike and Tina with Bruce the Boss opening, and right around the time they recorded their biggest hit ever, their barn burner, Proud Mary. I just think that kind of timing just lines up so beautifully. Obviously, though, Proud Mary's not on the poster because it hadn't come out yet, so what you have here is a couple of other song titles underneath the Ike and Tina Turner review. Wanna Take You Higher, truncating the Sly and the Family Stone cover down to 4 words. It should be, of course, I Want to Take You Higher. And that's on their current album, which was on the charts, Come Together, an album of cover versions. So that's why the song's on the poster. And then Please, 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 of course, was the James Brown song from the 50s, but it was a 1964 single for Ike and Tina Turner. So sort of wondering, gee, why would they have it, a single 6 years old? Why would they have it on the poster? Well, it must have been a real barn burner for them in concert, because that track would, PPP, would lead their next year's live album, Live at Carnegie Hall. So obviously a very important part of their current repertoire. And then can you see what it says below the songs? They are too much. Look Magazine. Boy, remember Look Magazine, huh? That's just really neat. When I see a media quote on a concert poster, I just love that. That's really neat. So let's host up this big baby, which is 28 inches tall at least, so that we can be sure and see Steel Mill down there as I talk about Springsteen's 4th major band of his career, after the Castiles in high school, and then Earth, and then Child. And Steel Mill was the name of Bruce's band all through the year of 1970, as cited earlier, so that makes it pretty easy. And Miami Steve Van Zandt joined Steel Mill just 7 months ago, back in March. So great to know that Miami Steve's on this concert poster. And vocalist Robbin Thompson joined Steel Mill just 6 weeks ago. And even though he's not a significant figure in Bruce's history, they're still buds, and he's in touch enough with the Boss camp that every once in a while Thompson will get on stage with Bruce somewhere at some way out of the way place. Every few years, even into the 2000s, so that's pretty neat. So besides Robbin Thompson and Bruce, Steel Mill consisted of Vinny Mad Dog Lopez on drums and the late and beloved Danny Federici on keyboards. What's neat is that earlier this year too, in 1970, no less than concert impresario Bill Graham tried to sign Steel Mill to his brand new Fillmore Records label. And I'll take a leap of assumption here and say that Bruce, being the boss after all, just didn't like the terms of the contract and turned it down. But boy, can you imagine how different rock history would be if Steel Mill had signed to Fillmore Records? And I assume they would have had some success, so maybe stuck with it for a few years and stuff. Oh my gee, I mean, they imagine, it's just crazy to think of it. I mean, would John Landau of the Boston Globe have seen seen the act and written, "I saw a rock and roll future and its name was Steel Mill"? Yeah. No, it just doesn't work, sorry. It doesn't cut it at all. No. So, anyway. Oh my goodness, so great to have fun with these posters. This is really a sweet one. A giant globe from 1970, the Ike Tina Turner Review, and Bruce the Boss with Steel Mill, and what a combo, what a 1-2 punch. Boy, that audience went home soaking wet that night, I'm sure, from dancing and sweating and everything, because the people on stage did too. Okay, thanks a lot for dropping by. It's been fun showing this. Thanks for checking it out, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.